Alright, I'm going to do a quick video about these Warn reverse lights for ATVs. Um, I looked at a few different things. I actually work for a shop and can get accessory lights and a lot of that stuff pretty inexpensively. And I almost did that. I almost did it and just wired it myself. And as I got to looking into it, I just... I don't mind doing that, and I can do it effectively. I mean, if I would have done it, I would have soldered all the lines and run a proper fuse and everything. But there is something to be said about a system that's been thought out by somebody else. So wiring this up was extremely easy. I would say once I had all the covers off, it took me less than 10 minutes. Probably with the covers, it took me less than 10 minutes. I did hook it straight to the battery. Sorry, I'm just kind of staring off into nowhere. I did hook it straight to the battery and straight up along the wiring harness to the switch. I could have used an accessory switch, but I did want it to be independent. Some people say this is a problem because you could leave the switch on and then you would have to worry about it running the battery. This light's only really on at night when I'm plowing, and if I were to leave it on, it is a nice bright light. You would clearly notice that it was on. And as far as the brightness of it goes, I'd almost be willing to say it's as bright, if not brighter, than the stock headlights that are on this. And certainly capable of what I need it for, which is I needed a light on the back of it so when I plowed at night or in the morning, which is when I usually do it, that I would have access, that I could see behind me, and it's phenomenal for that. If I decide to put lights on the front, I'm going to use the two for the same setup. But all I did, the one thing I don't love about this is the mounting bracket. It does work. It very much is utilitarian. It's just not real clean. I don't like it just sitting on the bar like that. But I also haven't 100% decided that this is where it's going to stay. In fact, I'm almost positive it won't stay there. I'm going to bring it in some, and it'll probably end up brought in and attached to this bar somehow, just so it's recessed in. So if I have to tip the foiler up on the back gate or up on the back bar, I can. And also, if I were to back into something right now, I'd crush that light. So it'll be brought in somewhere. I might even put a bumper on later on, and it might be attached to that. But for now, it's fine. And also, if you'll look at the wiring, it's somewhat exposed because I know that I'm probably going to change it somehow. And once I do, I'll go in and shrink wrap that all the way back. The waterproof connectors seem to be fine, and I'll let anybody know if they fail. Mine, it's been good and wet. And it had mud kicked all over the back of it, and it seems to be fine so far. And also the cold, it's cold up here. It hadn't had any effect yet. So what I did with mine is I ran it up there, goes straight to the battery, follows the wiring harness up, and then goes up actually around this side because it was easier for me to run it through, and comes up to this switch. I don't know how well you can see it with the black on black like that. There we go, that looks pretty good. And it's a nice switch. And yeah, I like it. I just drilled a little hole in there so that I could have access to it. I found it's not the perfect place. I do bump it a little. I've bumped it once or twice. It's not the end of the world. If I were to go back and do it again, I wouldn't mind putting it right there. But I think I'll eventually have another switch for the front, and I'll put it over there, and it'll be congruent. It's not a problem. It's not bad where it is, but there might be a better place, maybe even on the top and the front. You'd like to put them right there, but that's where the bolts are. So, anyways, I'm extremely happy with it. I think it's a good setup. I think I would say it's a little expensive for what it is, but I don't think so. I think the light itself is a higher quality than a lot of the ones you'll get. It is glass. And seems to be very bright, and the wiring harness makes it a lot easier. You could buy a similar setup, I would say with everything, for probably $12, whereas you're paying, I think I paid around $30 for this. I think it's absolutely worth the $30 for the ease of the wiring harness and knowing that you're not putting some garbage on your brand new four-wheeler. And I kind of feel that about a lot of stuff on this. So anyways, there you go. If anybody has any questions about it, just let me know, or if anybody knows a better way or anything else about it, yeah, just let me know. Alright, there you go. Warn ATV reverse light. Thanks, you guys.